Hello, friends. Hi, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Great to see you. Glad to be here. How's it going? Can you believe it's November? Did we completely skip past August? Because I feel like we did. I don't know. It's been so busy, crazy. Time goes by so fast anymore. It's hard to keep up with everything, but excited to be here. Oh my gosh, if it's November, that means that we are really in countdown mode towards Thanksgiving and Hanukkah and Christmas and Kwanzaa and all the celebrations and all the decorating. Oh, I feel like a sneeze is coming on. Sorry about that. Hi, Jan. Hi, Sandy. Thanks for being here. Hi, everybody jumping in. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Marilyn. How are you? Please say hi when you come in. Let me know where you're from, what you're up to tonight. We love having you hang out with us. We have so many, hi Lisa, so many new things tonight. We have this total like winter woodland vibe going on tonight with so many cute things. I think you all are going to love this. And these are pieces that can easily mix into the traditional Christmas looks or the white Christmas looks or gingerbread looks. We have some sale items, which I'm excited to share with you. So some great opportunities there. I mean, now's the time, right? When you start to see things on sale, grab them, especially from us here at Just Jill, because all of our Christmas inventory is in. If things sell out, we don't reorder them. It's too late in the season to do that. We've kind of made the decision that everything that we have this season is only for this season. We're not going to reorder it next year. So, like, this is it. So, if you see things that you like, that you think you would be pleased to own and mix into your decor, go for it when you see it. Hi, everybody. Oh my gosh, so many of you jumping in. Hey, everybody, how are you? Good to see you. Kylie's here too. If you have any questions about things, she will certainly answer your questions in the chat. Many times we get, how do I buy your items, Jill? JustJillShop.com is our website, and that's my business. So when you're buying those items, you are buying them from me, and we're excited to have you here. What's the matter? Oh, my backpack. That was a unsolicited advertisement for MZ Wallace. Had that backpack for 6 years, and I love it. It's very good quality. Yeah, well, so the reason my backpack was there, honestly, is Doug and I have been down at our new place on the Chesapeake in Maryland for the last couple of days. And yes, the whitewashing of the fireplace has taken place. Do you want to see a picture? Let's show you here. So let's see here. Are you all ready for this? Okay, so this is the before. Can you see it? Okay, that's the before. And I took pictures in progress. And there's the after. You see it? So now we're playing around with, is it too opaque white? Do we want a little distressing? How are we going to do that if we do? And then I played around. Oh, here, you all doing it? Can you guys help me with something? Oh, here, first of all, I'll show you. I don't know why I'm compelled to do this at this moment, but why not? It's kind of fun, right? This is, I just ordered that lamp for our foyer. It's made of that like capiz shell. And so it like when that's on, it glows. Really pretty. Here's sunset out the back of the house. But oh, here's how you can help me. So I'm trying to figure out which wood color to use for the new mantle. So I'm going to put like a distressed wood mantle there. Thanks, Marilyn. And so question is, do we like the lighter wood, which is kind of more of like a mango wood color, which kind of matches some of the furniture that we have there. Remember, this is a coastal home. So if you like more traditional things, that's not the vibe of this house. Hence we did the whitewash on the fireplace, trying to make it a little more coastal. So I have that kind of mango wood, or do you like the darker wood? And those supports are not going to be there. You won't see the supports. We're actually going to lower it just a little bit, and then we're having a TV put up there. So tell me what you think. Patty asked, why are you moving? This is a second home for us. It's a vacation home. So we sold the house that we had in Delaware, and this is our new place. So we're very excited. Okay. People are saying lighter mango, mango. Some say darker, lighter mango wood. Yeah, I was thinking some of your things, I see a few darkers in there. Rhonda said darker. Hi, everybody. I'm just going through all the things.
Everybody on YouTube says darker.
Everybody on darker on YouTube says darker, maybe, and everybody on Facebook is saying lighter. Yeah, I think Kathy said both look nice. I do think both look nice too. I think originally I thought the darker was going to give it a little bit more depth, but I think now, and I'm just talking this through with all of you in real time. I feel like now that I'm starting to get like, we have our same navy blue sectional that we had at our place in Bethany. And when I was decorating that house, I used a lot of like corals with the navy. But this time, just to change it, I'm going to do more like light blues and whites and khakis. So I kind of feel like maybe with that color palette, the lighter wood, and then it matches the lighter table, and the color of the floors is a little bit of a lighter oak too. So maybe that'll all work. And let's see what Anne says. Anne said darker to match the darkness that a TV would add. That's true, and that's a good point also. Depends on the furniture. If it picks up pieces, then the lighter. Oh, you guys all have really good comments. Thank you. I knew you would. Thank you. Well, when it's finished, I will let you know. But it's been a fun project and definitely a learning curve. The whitewashing didn't turn out exactly like I thought. Not tragic. Now we just have to do some zhuzhing on it. But anyway, I think once we paint the walls around it, that'll, right now it just looks like a lot of white, which doesn't bother me, but I think it does need a little bit of dimension or texture. But I think once we put some paint colors around it on the walls and that kind of, draws it in a little bit, it won't seem so stark. Anyway, really, really, it's been fun. And then what else did I do today? Oh, I went and picked out a new countertops for the kitchen. So that's fun. And
we going lighter?
We're going lighter. Right now, the countertops are black, just not my taste. I think it's beautiful in kitchens, just not my taste for what I want for a coastal house. So, yeah, we're going to paint the kitchen cabinets white. We're going to do like a marble look to the countertops, which is pretty classic. I do like to keep the big elements in a kitchen classic when I kind of redo things, but I think I am going to paint the island cabinets like a pretty slate blue, and which I think will be nice. And then I am going to do a really pretty tile backsplash that has a little bit of that capiche shell, similar to what's in the light fixture I showed you, for a little bit of sparkle. We'll see. I have big ideas. They don't always come to fruition. Hence the whitewashing of the fireplace. It's all good. It's just, it was like a learning curve. And our guy who's helping us do it, I love, he's a gem of a guy. Like, it was a new thing for him too. So we just sort of learned about it together, and maybe we put it on a little too heavy, but how do we wipe it off a little? And it's just a thing. So, not that you need to concern yourself with any of it, but it was fun. The dogs love the new house, Kathy. They love it. They have a yard to run around out back, which is fantastic. It's more open for them even to run around inside the house, which is fantastic. The only time they really have to go on stairs, we put their crates upstairs in one of the bedrooms that had sort of a bigger walk-in closet that hadn't been finished. So we thought perfect spot for the dogs. So that's the only time they really only have to go up and down the stairs when we put them in, when they come down in the morning, and maybe for a nap if we have to go out, and at nighttime. So they have the whole run of the house. So yeah, they love it. In fact, they discovered the sprinkler the other day when Doug was watering, and they came in sopping wet. So it was a ton of fun. So anyway, all kinds of fun stuff. So I'll keep you posted. I'm sure I'll be putting stuff up on social media. If you don't follow me, just Jill Bauer on Instagram and obviously Facebook. And so we'll keep in touch that way with the whole project as it reveals itself. All right. So what do we have for you tonight? Have you noticed my cute earrings and necklace? Okay. So we've never done anything like this before. And I'm going to start with these pieces because I think they're so much fun. And when Bernadette and I were in Atlanta at the beginning of the year, again, that's where we go. We go to the big Atlanta Mart. We walk the showrooms. We pick out the things. Usually with jewelry, we kind of just walk on by. Remember that Dionne Warwick song and Burt Bacharach? Walk on by. So that's usually what we do. We just walk on by because we have some really lovely jewelry from Power Beads and from Satya and from Ross Simons and from a lot of other companies. So we don't really usually stop and look at more fashion kind of jewelry. But I absolutely fell in love with a couple of these pieces. And I said to Bernadette, let's just do it. Like, I think my grandmother loved to dress fun and whimsical for the holidays. And not everybody's going to throw on a big Quacker Factory sweater, right? But maybe you like to celebrate the season with your jewelry. So these pieces are so cute. So the first one I'm going to show you is a set. You get the necklace and you get the earrings. These are made of just stainless steel and a zinc alloy. They are nickel free, but this is all fashion jewelry. Okay. So the first one is the snowman, and you get the necklace and you get the earrings. And what I loved about these is they have this so cute little kind of artisan look. And even on the earrings, they did a left and a right because look at how the scarf's going in different directions. And I love how it's like three little discs all kind of layered together. And the snowman has the kind of the yellow gold hat. And then on the necklace, the hat and scarf are done in like a copper tone. And then look at the buttons and then the cute little twigs. And then I love the necklace that it's on too. And it's 16 inches with a 3-inch extender. And you get both pieces for $34. And remember, your shipping and handling is included. So if you wanted to separate those into two gifts, under $20 each. So perfect little stocking stuffer, perfect little bingo gift, perfect little, for your book club. Just super cute. So here is the snowman set. Here is the reindeer. Oh my gosh. So the reindeer necklace is done in the sort of two-tone of the silver and the gold. And then the reindeer earrings are done with the look of the kind of copper and the silver. Okay. So that's how they do that set. Isn't that so cute? And then what I have on, hopefully I don't, oh, it has a back. They do have backs, which is nice. It's just a French wire earring, but it has that little rubber stopper. These are the Christmas trees. Aren't they cute? Look how they did that. So there's the star on the top. And then I love how like each piece moves. They're so cute, everybody. And then let me slip that in there. Trying not to. I'm going to take out my AirPod for a second. Hopefully you can still hear me. Okay, I think I'm back. And then here is the necklace. I know, Debbie. Oh, I'm so happy you all think these are cute. Look at the cute. And so on the necklace, the star on top is done in the copper. No, the earrings are not heavy at all. No, 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 no. Lynn, don't you think I would make sure to try everything on for you first? I know what you're going to want to know. No, they don't pull. They are just darling. Look at those. Look how cute those are. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. No, they're not heavy at all. So necklace and earrings, $34, shipping and handling included. Winner, winner, love it. The next set, I love seeing your comments. You all like that. Oh, I'm so happy. Yay, 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 yay. Okay. So second set, a little more whimsical. All right, because these are done with enamel, but they are so stinking cute. Bernadette and I just couldn't get over them.
I like these.
And Kylie likes these too. And these also, I have to say, part of the reason I wanted to do something fun like this is a little bit of a tribute to my grandma to my grandma Bauer. So my grandma Bauer lived to be over 90 years old. Um, she was very eccentric, I think is the best way to describe her. So she grew up here in Pennsylvania, and married my grandfather and raised their family, my dad and his sister, on a farm here in Pennsylvania. Believe it or not, they moved to Indiana for a bit, which is where my dad met my mom. And eventually they continued to move west and ended up settling in Bisbee, Arizona. And my grandmother wore really, like, she was a little bit of a gal who was stuck in 1963 because she loved her floral polyester pantsuits, and but always dressed them with amazing jewelry, not fancy jewelry, but she loved jewelry. And then she and my grandfather did a lot of work with their church, and they would go on to the Native American pueblos, the reservations, and teach Bible studies or try to share the word of the Lord with this different culture, right? That has a different belief system around spirituality. And they were, also were did a lot of sort of mission work to help the poor, especially on the pueblos. And many of the people there that they worked with and helped didn't have any money to thank them, but gave my grandparents amazing handmade Native American jewelry. And so my grandmother wore the big turquoise rings, the big, you know, um, squash blossom necklaces, the layers of the turquoise beads. My grandfather never saw him in a tie ever in my life, but he always wore a bolo. Um, and so they were quirky, but I love them dearly. And my grandmother had, when she passed away, she wanted me to have all of her jewelry because as a child, I was their only grandchild. And and when I would go to visit them, there wasn't really a lot for kids to do in Bisbee, Arizona. So, I would hang out with them and we would do, it was part of what their world was, but I would sit on my grandmother's bed and dump out her jewelry box and go through and play with all of her jewelry, looking at it. And my grandfather was, I'm sorry, this is turning into such like a family legacy story, but my grandfather was a ham radio operator, but he also made jewelry and was a rock hound. And so he always had boxes of like rocks, like gemstones, turquoise, lapis, tiger's eye, like, kind of like, like a gem collector. But my grandmother had so many pieces of jewelry. And when she passed away and I was going through her jewelry, I realized she had earrings for every possible holiday and occasion you could imagine. I mean, she probably had earrings for National Day calendar events you didn't even know existed. I mean, of course, she had things for Halloween and she had so many different Christmas earrings, which will tie back to why we're doing these next earrings. She had heart, she had shamrock, she had Easter eggs and Easter bunnies, she had flags, she had beach umbrellas, she had cats for National Cat Day, probably. I mean, she had every kind you can imagine. And so, in honor of my grandma Mary, when we saw these in Atlanta, I was like, oh my gosh, my grandmother totally would have had these earrings. So we're calling them the leggy earrings. And so they're done in enamel. All right. And I have snowman, Santa, and reindeer. So they're done in enamel. These have the little snowflake, and then they have these fun little legs that are just hanging down in these red and white stockings. Aren't they cute? And there's some little crystals that are hand set in there too. Super cute. Yes, my grandparents were really a lot of fun, and they adored me because I was, for a long time, their only grandchild. My Aunt Judy remarried later in life, and her husband Frank had several children, and so they were, became my cousins. But that was long after my grandfather passed away. My grandpa passed away when he was 64, young, right? Had a heart attack in his chair. Um, and um, and so, but my grandmother never remarried, and for 30 some years lived on her own. And let me tell you, she was one tough cookie. Like, you did not mess with Mary Bauer. Plain and simple. She was a German raised woman, and could be a little stoic at times, but was also devilish. Like, she could be a little mischievous, that Mary Bauer, and but was always there to help, and was a lot of fun. We had some fun together. So anyway, so there are the snowman leggies, and then here are, look how cute the Santa is, the Santa leggies, and here are, this one's twisted around. Let me just fix it here for you. There you go. Oh, these are so cute. These are the reindeer. And look, they did like sparkle in the middle of the nose. It's enamel, but there are the cute little reindeer. All right. So super fun. These are $29 for these. Super fun, super cute, something different. We'd never done anything like this before. We just thought, you know what? I know my customer, and I know you like to have fun and have a little bit of whimsy, and you have kids and grandkids, or maybe you're helping out at a Christmas bazaar, or you're doing a reading in your Bible study group, or whatever it might be. I just thought those would be some fun jewelry pieces for you to enjoy. So we didn't bring in a lot of them, but if you like that kind of thing, definitely check those out over at justjillshop.com. And thank you for letting me share a little bit about my grandparents. It would have been my grandpa Bowers. My dad and his dad were both born. That too. Were both born on November 1st. And my dad was junior, and obviously my grandfather was senior. So they were both born on the same day. They both had the same name. But gosh, my dad this year would have been 85. Yeah, 85. And we'll talk about my dad in a little bit too. And my grandfather, so he died in 1981, and he was 64. So he would be well over 100, right? What would that be, like 109 or something? 105? I was clearly not a math major. But anyway, so yeah, time marches on, doesn't it? It's crazy when you think back on those things. Okay, so let's talk about some Christmas things. Some new things you haven't seen, but we're doing a special sale.
We're sold out of the
Oh, Santa and reindeer leggies are sold out. So the only leggy I have left is the cute snowman. Oh, the reindeers. Oh, wait, what did you say?
I said the snowman and the Santa are sold
Oh, snowman and Santa are sold out.
out. I mean, no, I just have brain fart.
Yeah,
It is the snowman.
the snowman's all that's left
Yes.
in the leggy.
Yes.
You're sure?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm looking at it.
Okay. The snowman is the only leggy we have left. Okay, super cute. Look at the crystals, red and green. Like, you can wear those all winter. And by the way, those are done with a post back, and they do have that little flat disc, so it keeps it nice and flush up on your ear. Okay. All right, real quickly, we're doing a little bit of a sale on our light ups. So, our light ups are one of my most favorite items that we carry at Just Jill. We found these last year. You all have loved them. Our light ups light up, right? These are acrylic pieces in wood bases. The lights are down here. And when you put your design there, it lights this up. It's on a timer. Our regular price on these is $39. We're doing a little bit of a sale for you, taking $10 off. So now they're $29. Think about these as gifts. Think about these as those simple little touches for those areas where you normally don't put a little something. They can be night lights. They can be in your window. They're great if you have narrow window sills or mantles. So this is our vintage snowman with the red base. We have that same artwork with Santa, which is just to me, like that's the Santa I grew up with. I don't know about all of you. I'm 57, but like this reminds me of like the Santa artwork from like the 60s and the 70s, doesn't it? He is so cute. Look at that face. And I love the red base. He's holding his little presents, the snow in the background. So cute. In addition, also brand new this year, also on sale, normally $39, now $29. We have our sweet vintage snowman. Okay, wait. How cute of a gift set would that be? Oh my goodness. That's adorable. Okay. And I love that these are like the cutout shapes. We also have vintage Santa, sweet face. Look at the holly, the cute candy cane, his chubby tummy. If you did the cute little leggies, look how cute those would be together. And yes, guess what else I have? Not many of these left, but look at our sweet, this way. Look at our sweet little vintage reindeer. So cute. Mary said, I have the Santa over your shoulder and I love it. Oh, this one over here, Mary. Yeah, we'll show you that one in just a second. It's a little bit bigger than the other one. So here's this one. So cute. Love those. So those are all $29, which is amazing. How about this one, Kylie? Can you check the price on that one? Is that one on sale too? Let's just check and make sure I'm consistent here with my messaging for all of you. Stay tuned. I'm going to hold it up momentarily. And then also this one, Kylie, I'm pretty sure that one's on sale too, right? Yeah, we're going to check just to make sure. I started to check those before we went live. And then
Yes, sir.
They're both 29 also? Okay, Cardinal and the other Santa.
Yes.
Okay. So this one is now 29, was 39. This is our brand new Santa this year. It's on the white base. Okay, again, the base has a timer. So, you can turn it on the first time, around 5:30 or so, whenever it gets dark, it'll turn on, and 6 hours later, it'll turn off. But look at that gorgeous winter scene. This is probably the best artwork for a cardinal we've done in these. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's so frosty. It almost looks like a frozen window. And then you have that beautiful, beautiful red bird. It's just gorgeous. Oh, Joan, you have the cardinal from last year. I know. Oh, I have it out all year. I love that. Thank you. This one is a stunner. I love these. That it's kind of chubby too. Is really look at that artwork. Really good. So that's normally 39, now 29. And then this is the one that started it all, everybody. This is the original. Snowflakes all over, cute little Santa in the center. It has more of a natural wood tone for the base, and it was normally 39, and now it's 29. So amazing price for these that are just, again, narrow, filled with light, cute artwork. And what I love is it looks cute by day. I mean, during the daytime when you walk by and see that on a table or in the hallway or in your powder room, it's adorable. And then, haha, all of a sudden the lights will pop on. And as the room is a little bit more dim, you're going to have that sweet glow of these light ups. I love these so much. I like them for many different reasons. I also like that they're really easy to store in the off season, and I just think they're charming and wonderful. So check out those light ups because those are some really great prices for all of those. Okay. The light ups are so well made. Love them. I ordered more today for gifts. Oh, Jennifer, awesome. As a gift, I do. I think they are fantastic. For somebody who just, is in a new home or starting out, maybe it's your daughter or granddaughter in their first apartment. They're just fun. And again, I think these are just the cutest. The artwork is what gets me. Let me just say this. When this is from our vendor Gans that we work with, and when we go to their showroom, they have dozens of these light ups. And I am so picky about the ones I choose for just Jill. And it's all about the artwork for me. If they look a little off, if they look a little kooky, like I'm not interested in that. Like I like for these kinds of pieces to really either be a little more vintage or a little more classic. So I think you can just sort of see the detail on these, and you can see why I would have selected them because I just think they're adorable. Okay, light ups, check. All right, let's talk about these. Okay, these next items these are a little high end. What? Oh, um, these are a little high end, but I just when Bernadette and I saw these, we were like, we have to bring in a few. So again, our philosophy this year for our holiday collections was we're going to bring in more items to choose from, but smaller quantities of each. So, sometimes instead of bringing in, say, I'm just making up numbers, 24 of something, we decided instead, let's bring in 12. That gave us the ability to really have a wide breadth, but it also means when you see things, you kind of have to go for it. So that's the case with these. We didn't do a lot of them, but they were, in the end, I think I looked at Bernadette because we went back and forth like, I don't know, should we do it? I don't know. They're so beautiful. I don't know. And basically, we both looked at each other and we said, they're too beautiful not to share. Like, they're not going to be for everybody, but if you're somebody who really loves beauty in ornaments, and they're going to get better. So hang on. So I love these because it is that kind of frosted glass, right? It has that kind of frozen crackle to it. It has these beautiful raised pine cones in white with touches of gold. I love these little glass dome beads. But what I really love is that they glow on the inside. And we're going to do a set of two. So I think they're really spectacular. The design is slightly different. This one has little cluster of three and then cluster of two. Do you see how also they did this hand painting and it's raised, which I think is incredible. And then the one that coordinates just has singles, but has more of those little glass beads. They're just beautiful. They're just, when you put these, hang them from your tree, they're so pretty. Um, they look pretty when they're not on. And then when you just turn them on, it's just that subtle, like candlelight glow. Just beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Thought they were really, really special. So I think the price for the two of these is $59. So I recognize again, they're, basically works out to be, let's just say $30 each. But I also think sometimes, there's room for your, inexpensive ornaments, and sometimes ornaments come along that are just like, and to me, when I saw these, I was like, they're just beautiful. So they are beautifully packaged. I love that we can do the set of two for you. These would be a beautiful set to give a new bride and groom for their first Christmas together. This is a beautiful set, if you have two daughters or two, daughters-in-law, and you kind of need to get them the same thing, but you want it to be slightly different. These are beautiful ornaments. They're lovely hostess gifts. So instead of buying a $25 or $30 bottle of wine, how about just this beautiful hand-painted ornament? And so, so pretty with your whites, silvers, golds, your glimmers, your shimmer trees, even using them with the Norfolk pine garland. Like, look how pretty you see that at a distance. Like that can work in to your beautiful Norfolk pine garland. If you just wanted to take the bow off the top of this and just kind of nestle it down. I do like that there's a flat bottom here. So if you want to use those at place settings, that could be really beautiful too. So that pine motif is going to be a little bit of a theme for us tonight. That's kind of one of our more elegant ways to share that with you. And these do have a timer, by the way, just so you know. So 5-hour timer on these, which I love, right? Isn't that nice? So a great, great item. And I think these are the disc batteries. So you might just want to have an extra set of those around because you know it's going to happen. You're going to get these at home and you're going to love them. You're going to turn them on before you even get your tree up and just have a backup battery ready to go. But these also can be pretty out during the winter time. Like I even think this would be pretty if you wanted to do like a nice simple display with your cardinal. You could do something pretty like that. All right, so there's our pine cone ornaments. Next, what do we have? Okay, I want to share a piece with you that, come on in. So this next item that I'm going to share with you is, and Pamela, Kylie's going to send you the link right now. She's typing it right now for you. I see your comment. Okay, so I know I talk about the fact that Bernadette and I go to Atlanta and we go to the market and all these things. And for the last, maybe every year we've gone, so we've gone for 3 years, we have looked at this next item. And a lot of times these vendors that we work with don't necessarily repeat items. But when we went into the showroom this year and saw this item, Bernadette and I both looked at each other and she said, I feel like I have enough experience now that I know how to box this and I think we can do it. And that was kind of the reason why we hadn't done it in the past because we weren't sure if we could figure out the proper way to wrap it properly, box it, and ship it for you. But Bernadette's a master. She's a genius. And I will say, she's been holding on to this item, one, because I think she liked looking at it in our warehouse because it made her so happy. I think she's sad to see it go. And I think she knows as soon as I start talking about it, it's going to be gone. Oh, Bernadette's buying one? Wow. You know it's good. Because Bernadette can buy anything, and frankly, she could have a sample of anything she wants, and she never takes anything. So here is, everybody, maybe the most fabulous snowman you've ever had in your life. And all I'll say is if you want it, run, don't walk. We did not bring in many of them. I can't get more. It's not going to be here next year from us. But this snowman is amazing. So it's built on like a styrofoam base, but it's covered and like this snowman does Dennis Basso proud. So it's this like sheared full faux fur, and then look at the scarf, and then look at these twig arms, and then look at the cute velvet nose, and then look at that faux fur hat. I mean, fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. And I just want you to know that like we have some beautiful flocked deer coming up, winter flocked deer that go great with this color story. That if you just picked up our beautiful pine cones, those can be so pretty with that, that we really love. the pine cone trees. Okay, they'll be a little bit smaller, but they look so cute. All right. Oops. And then also, and I want to give this item some love in a second. We did the cutest, this little simple burlap tree. It's just like, a little weighted tree with some pine cones. This has the real touch to part of it. And that little cute tree with the snowman is darling. So I know this is not an inexpensive purchase because, again, the materials here, the labor to make this, they literally start with the styrofoam balls just plain. Then they wrap one in the velvet. They wrap it in the faux fur. They add the scarf. They add this layer of faux fur, then the sheared fur. They do, like, there's a lot of workmanship that goes into this piece. But I will tell you, you're going to buy this and you are going to love it for the rest of your life. It is going to make you so happy every time you pull it out. It's just darling. We have loved it for years. We're so excited to bring it to you now. And you love the snowman. I know. So you can do it with all your whites. You can do it with your wood tones. I love the sort of natural look. I think it can be coastal. I think it could be glamorous. I would put this on a mirrored tray with some faux snow around it. Oh, look what we have coming up. These snowy pine branches. Oh, do that and that. Okay, hang on there. And then you don't want to keep it all neutral, right? You see this? There's that and that. So that's why you do the cute little tree. Oh, that is adorable. Oh my gosh, Sandy, you just ordered it. So great. I know we are naming this snowman Dennis after Dennis Basso, my dear, dear friend of 30 years. All right. In fact, Bernadette, we should probably set one of these aside and send it to Dennis. He would love it. Oh my God, he would love it so much. All right. So if you want our Dennis the snowman, again, I just want you to see, look at this sculpted faux fur. Do any of you remember way back when? This is back when I was on QVC and I used to do Your Home with Jill. One of my holiday collections was called Woodland Couture. And this absolutely would be Woodland Couture. What's that? I don't know what it is. Oh, awesome. Congratulations. That's awesome. So here is like the epitome of Woodland Couture. I can't even tell you how good this item is. It's just awesome. Awesome, 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 awesome. Okay? We love this guy. All right. So, going to put him back here. And let's talk about this one. Okay? So, I just want to address this a little bit because I feel like we had a really hard time getting a good image of this particular tree. And there's a reason why I wanted to bring something like this to the collection. And I know you can go to Michael's and find one for cheaper. You could probably find one, at other discount retailers for cheaper. You can. But I chose this one for all of you because, one, I feel like there are so many times when I decorate, like I just wish I had like a tree to plop over there. I wish I had something that gave me a little texture or height over there. And to me, these little trees usually solve that dilemma. But it's a lot of times when you go try to find them, they're very plasticky. They're very fake and hard. And I love that this is more of that sort of natural touch. So it's a little bit, it feels nicer. It drapes nicer. There's a couple random pine cones in there. And then it has a weighted base and the little burlap on the bottom. If you want to add mini ornaments, yes. If you want to add some string lights, great. Could I have done a version of this with the lights? Yeah. And guess what? You have to raise the price so much. It's ridiculous. So I kept it plain for all of you. I chose to do it plain because I think there's sometimes some charm in just the plain. But if you want to add your own fairy light strand wrapped up in it, you can buy those for $5. They have a timer, and that is far cheaper than what it would cost if I had to add that into the tree. So just again, great height. Just play with it. All of this is wired, everybody. So it's adjustable. You're going to need to fluff it a little bit. You're going to need to get in there. If you just pull it out of the package, guess what? It's going to look like this when you get it. And you're going to be like, that tree doesn't look like Jill's, because we spend 2 minutes going around fluffing it and fixing it so it looks the way you want it to look. Okay? So great little item, great little investment piece. You can make it look different, 87 different ways. One of the trends is those little narrow velvet ribbons. Tie those up and put it all over it. Add some more pine cones to this if you want to. Add some little mini shatterproof ornaments or themed ornaments. Do a theme tree with this. Put it in your kitchen. Put it in your, powder room. Put it in the hallway. Do 2 of them, one on each side. That could look really nice on a console table, and that can kind of frame things like these gorgeous deer that we're going to be talking about in a minute. Maybe if you wanted to do something fun. Oh my gosh, this is another favorite item of mine. Our little, look at these cute little carved woodland gnomes. They're perfect with the trees. So anyway, those are our trees. Just, a cute little basic, but I felt like, you know what, it's a good price point. When you get it at home and zhuzh it a little bit, it looks great. And it's a really, really nice piece. Okay. So there's that. All righty. Okay, let's talk deer. Wait, let me talk about this first. All right, so this is another item that I really loved when we saw it, and we were able to do a really great price for you. So the whole bottle brush tree trend, right? It started with very vintage looks, and I still like those. They've kind of morphed into these snowy forests. So these are all inside of this little wood crate, and they actually put lights down around the bottom. This is also on a timer, and it will light up down around the bottom. So there's not lights that are twirled through the trees, but it casts a really pretty soft glow. The same way you would do maybe an uplight on a outdoor landscaping, or maybe you have a fiddle leaf tree or something like that in your home and you did a little uplight for it. This uplights the trees. And I want you to see, one of the things I like about these trees is there are some greens and there's a little bit of like the champagne in there too. So it can be very earthy. I love this as a centerpiece and a table because you can do smaller things around it. You could just do this around in the center of a table if you wanted to. It's an easy piece to pack up. These are all nice and secure in here, so you don't have to wrap up everything individually. And I think, again, this can fit a lot of areas where you just sort of want to push something to the back, like the back of your countertop in your kitchen. Maybe this sits on the back of the commode. Maybe this is something that sits up on your mantle, and then you decorate with some tall candelabras or figurines on the sides. It's just a really beautiful snowy forest kind of a look. And I like these because these aren't going to shed all over the place, but it really gives you a winter wonderland feel. And again, they work very nicely, even though the scale might be slightly different. The tones here work nice with the deer we're going to talk about. The tones here work really well with our cute little gnomes that are available, and also looks very nice, even if you wanted to do a display with our sleigh. So we'll talk about that too. All right. I'm reading your comments. I'm a little behind here. Let's see. Lynn bought Dennis the snowman. I love that. Isabel said, I have a Santa that Dennis did many years ago and love it to this day. The snowman reminds me of my Santa. Ordering the snowman, great. Maria, the snowman's gorgeous. Just ordered him. Can't wait to get him. Awesome. So, all right. So there's our little uplight tree forest. Could we dim the lights for just a second, Kylie? Give us 1 second. Just so you can see it's pretty, right? So that's, again, we have no lights on, but you can kind of see, and it's really, can you turn that down for just 1 second? I wanted to turn this around so you can see that it's well lit all the way around. It's really pretty. Okay, lights. Okay, love that. All right, let's talk about these deer, okay? Kylie loves these deer. This was one of those items where Bernadette and I looked at these when we were in Atlanta, and I was like, I saw what the price was, and again, like I'm like, oh, they're going to be a little expensive, I know, but her comment to me was, you keep going back to them. So if you love them and think there's something there, we should do them. And so that's the case here. And the reason why I think I loved these deer so much, we've done some really beautiful deer that are metallic. We've done deer that have patterns on them. We've done deer with scroll work. We've done deer that, are all white, are silver, are gold swirls, poinsettias. But what I liked about this deer set was that they are just classic brown deer, but with a twist. So let me tell you what that is. I also love the size of these. Kylie, maybe you could put up the measurements for these if you wouldn't mind. One is standing, and then this one here obviously is sitting. What they've done here, these are made of resin, so they have weight to them. So they feel like a good investment in what you're purchasing. But they've taken this, this brown resin and flocked it. So they feel a little fuzzy, like fur. Usually, when you see things that are flocked, they're flocked over like a plastic blow mold or something, right? And what you have here is something that is over the resin. And so it feels more substantial and it feels more elegant. I think the face on the deer is very realistic, as you can see. Just a simple, clean black bead for the eyes. You can see that there too. I think they're just beautiful. And for this woodland story that we're kind of telling you with some of these pieces, whether it's with our pine stems, right? So you could, do something with your greenery and put those down with them, which looks amazing. If you wanted to do something with our little woodland gnomes, it looks really cute. If you wanted to do something with our pine cone trees, incredible. If you wanted to do something with one of my favorite items of the whole season, our cable knit sleigh with faux fur, you could do something there too. So really beautiful, excellent quality. I always look at the face, the proportion, the way the antlers are done. The way the legs are done, the hooves are done. I check all those things when we're looking at reindeer to bring in. And I think that this is just a really beautiful set. So this one is 13 inches high. This one is 9.5 inches high. Really, really beautiful, beautiful collection. All right. Okay. You know what, Kylie? I think that I'm not sure if that measurement's right. Yeah. I don't think that can't be 13.5 inches high. Right? We'll check it. That just seems like it's a little off. Like I feel like maybe, let's see here. We're going to use our little tape measure. I'll measure it here real quick. Okay, so this one is, well, I guess it is. That's From the hoof to the top of the antler, 13 inches. That's true. And this one is, it really is. Huh. What do I know? About 9.5. Yes. Okay. There's your proportions. Okay. Donna, I received the cable knit Santa and sleigh today. Love them both. Oh, I'm so glad, Donna. I love that set so much. So cute. All right, so there's our reindeer. And if you have any questions about anything towards the end, everybody, I'll go back. Let me show you real quickly. And Kylie, are we doing just one bundle of these?
I'm pretty sure it's two.
Is it two? Yeah, can you just confirm that for me? All right. Repeat from last year, one of my favorites, especially because truth be told, I wasn't really so sure about the whole gnome thing for a while. How do y'all feel about that? Like, I don't know. And then I saw these guys and I was like, I'm totally into these two. I think because maybe it was too much of the like, they were too colorful that felt a little sort of kitschy for me, but done in this carved look of whitewashed wood, and the details on these are amazing. And I know some of you have this duo, so if you do, can you please share your comments, because these completely won me over. And Lisa, I get it. I wasn't a gnome fan either. I'm not going to decorate my whole house in gnomes, but I love this pair, and I'll show you why. So yes, super cute, with the little nose and the white beard. Look how they did these raised snowflakes on the hat. And it has this carved look into the resin, essentially, is what this is, so that it really looks like this was just like carved by hand, right? I know they are good, right? It'll win you over. Then I love the beard because this kind of almost has like a lime wash over it. It's matte. Then look at the cute tree. Look at the little cardinal. All right. The boots. And that's gnome number one. Gnome number two also has all of those raised snowflakes that have some shimmer and are whitewashed. Then you have the cute little cardinal, and then you have that carved in beard and going all the way around. And so together, they are adorable. They are just so cute. And so look at these with the pine cone trees. Like, I think part of it also is if you don't have a lot of gnomes, like if that's not your collection, how are you going to work this into other things you might have? So the pine cone trees with these gnomes is awesome. And this is the middle size. Here's the big daddy. Oh. All right, but look how cute. I have the gnomes. They're really adorable for sure. Oh, thanks, Brenda. I'm so glad. So look how cute. Maybe you do your Norfolk pine garland, which again, we have a few of ours left, and then they're out of here for the year, everybody. So if you want one of our drippy garlands, we have that, but you do that with your gnome, and then you do that with the trees, and it's darling. I don't know which ones those are. The whitewash ones that were downstairs? Yeah. We have other sets of 3 trees. There's one that's kind of a whitewashed set that look very good with this too. But you could also, if you want to add a little light on the subject, there's nothing wrong with using some of our flameless candle trees. So these are real wax trees, beautifully. The way they did these this year is so beautiful. But look how great, adding a little greenery with those woodland gnomes is adorable. So really, really cute. And then to complement, here is my favorite Santa of the season. So for as much as Bernadette loved our Dennis the Snowman, wherever he is, hiding back there, this was one of my picks of the season. And just think about it. We see thousands of items and we pick a small collection for all of you. And I just love this Santa so much. So look at his sweet face. This is all done in soft, like khaki cream neutrals. And look at the way they were able to do the carving on this. It looks like he's wearing a knit sweater, the big, thick, chunky cable stitch going down the front, the faux fur collar, the faux fur around the hat. He has a bottle brush tree, the bottle brush wreath, finishing off around the bottom with that faux fur trim. And he, of course, needs to be next to his sleigh because the sleigh is done in the exact same pattern with that faux fur trim in this soft, pretty tan. And then you have the sort of, I don't know, I guess it's a kind of a creamish khaki for the knit of the body of the sleigh. And when you put the Santa and the sleigh together, amazing. I'd use some greenery here, whether it's our flameless candle or maybe it's our Norfolk pine pieces, or maybe you want to do a set of two of our winter frosted pine cone bundles. You want these. And they are amazing. So you can put them, down on your table along with the Santa, along with the sleigh. Use these on top of greenery. We send them to you kind of bundled. That makes it really easy to put into a vase. Let me show you that real quickly. So look at that. Look how many you're getting. Aren't they beautiful? There's a little bit of reflection on them with the shimmer sparkle and then the flocking of the snow. So two big bundles. You can put them into
We are sold
a vase. Oh, we sold out of the cable knit Santa. I'm keeping that sample. That sample. Tell Bern she can't sell it. And I want the sled too. And I want these. And I want that. It's going to be a Just Jill Christmas at our house. But look how great those beautiful pine cone frosted sparkles. So pretty. Again, using it with our pine cone trees, using it with the gnomes, using it with the sleigh. Would the wood gnomes go with the Santa and the sleigh? Mm-hmm. Here's the sleigh, Phyllis. And look how cute putting the gnome with it would be. Adorable. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. They look great together. And I would also say, if you picked up, do we still have some of our snowman? The Burn snowman? Yes. I know, but we really should call it Burn because she loves it so much. If you picked up our fabulous, what is it gone? It's sold out. It's sold out. But let me just show you. If you got this, I told you, don't be mad. I told you it was going to go. I told you it was going to go. But look, so if you want something to coordinate with that and you don't know what to put with it, this pine cone stems is amazing. All right. Super great. And let me just show you one more thing, which means I'm going to have 5 more because you know how I go. If you picked up our woodland deer, this goes beautiful with that too. And then add some greenery. You're going to need to break up a little, but maybe you do our twigs, or maybe you do our tree and then nestle see how it all ties together? That's what we try to do for you. This burlap kind of ties into the neutrality of the color of the deer. So you've got that going on. Then you add this into the mix for a little shimmer and sparkle. Throw in a couple flameless candles, and Bob's your uncle. Looks great. All right. Okay. I think that was pretty much our things, right, Kylie? A reminder too, Lolitas. Yes, let me talk about the Lolita glasses. and also My Grandma's Coffee Cakes. So we've been carrying My Grandma's Coffee Cakes since we first launched Just Jill. Bob Katz, the president of My Grandma's, he was one of the first people that I called when I started our company, and he was the first food vendor to say, of course, yes, you can carry our product on your shop. So we have a great relationship with My Grandma's. At Just Jill, we carry their largest cake, which is the 3.1 pound coffee cake. It's huge. You can cut this up to 26 slices. The beauty of My Grandma's cakes, if you don't know, these are all cakes that are baked from scratch. They use real, Mariani walnuts from California, real bourbon vanilla from Madagascar, true cultured sour cream, no trans fats, no artificial flavors or preservatives. And it's just the best quality coffee cake out there. I was buying My Grandma's coffee cakes before they were ever sold on QVC. I was a customer of their website dating back to like 1994. Someone had given me one of their cakes as a gift, somebody from New England, from Boston, actually. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so nice of you. Thank you. And I think I waited a week before I even cut myself a slice. And at the minute I took my first bite, I've never looked back. I've been a customer. I've been somebody who has become a connoisseur. I've enjoyed their coffee cakes, and I'm so proud that we carry them here at Just Jill. We don't put them on sale often, but during the holiday rush, we absolutely do. So remember, shipping and handling is included in your price. It's $45. They're usually almost $50. So we give you a little price break. If you order them now, put them in your freezer. You'll have them for Thanksgiving. You'll have them for Christmas. They are absolutely delicious. You can do bill to, ship to on these if you'd like to. And we have a huge variety of flavors. We have some that have no nuts. We have pumpkin spice, which is wonderful to serve as part of your desserts. So just because it's a coffee cake, don't think that you have to serve it for breakfast, because they're great to serve really any time of the day. And believe me, I've been known to eat off of one all day long. They're so good. Marilyn said, I ordered my chocolate chip. Awesome. There's chocolate chip. There's pineapple coconut. One of my favorites is blueberry. People often say, well, Jill, where would you start? I think the cinnamon or the cinnamon walnut is how they started as a brand. So that's really their bread and butter, if you will. So those are always safe choices. But I happen to love the blueberry. I think the apple is very good. The harvest apple is delicious. Chocolate chip, yes. Pumpkin spice, yes. I mean, you can't make a bad mistake. There is a cranberry walnut that could be delicious for your brunch, maybe your day after for Thanksgiving. So check them out, because they will stay in your freezer. If you keep it wrapped up in the box in your freezer, it'll stay in your freezer for up to a year without any flavor or moisture loss. So that's pretty incredible. And you can also bring it out, and let's say you bring it out and only eat half of it. You can wrap that half back up and put it in the freezer and pull that out a couple months later, and it's good as new. I mean, it's an excellent quality product, and we're very proud to have partnered with My Grandma's for the last 4 years. So definitely enjoy those. And then one more little, as we start to wrap up decorating with all of you, we'll probably have maybe 2 more weeks where we'll be featuring decor, and then we're going to be in full-blown gift mode, right? We want to just remind you, because we know that Thanksgiving is coming up, that we carry the wonderful hand-painted wine glasses by Lolita. We have a very close relationship with Lolita and UNESCO, and we're very proud to carry their beautiful glasses. This is one of my favorites. In fact, I think I might buy this one for the holidays this year. They come packaged in the Lolita packaging, so it's nice and sturdy and protected. These, again, shipping and handling included. So they're hand painted. They're $36 for one, but if you buy more than one, then we'll take $6 off each glass, and they become $30 a glass. So, and again, that includes your shipping. That's shipped to you. So 36 for one, or 2 for $60, essentially. And so they're beautiful, the details, and there's so many themes. Kylie said to me, she's like, Mom, she's like, we have so many choices in Lolita. I'm just picking out a few of them. You need to ask them to go to Just Jill to look at the rest of our assortment. So if you go to justjillshop.com, just type in Lolita and you'll see our entire assortment. And we have some that are not necessarily holiday too. So if you want to give somebody a really personalized gift and you know they love the beach, you know they love birds, you know their birthday's coming up, you know that they're going to be a grandma, like we have those kinds of messaging and themes too. So you can check all those out over at Just Jill. They're festive, they're happy. I had the chance years ago when I was still a host at QVC to work with the founder, Lolita, of the company, and she and I created some unique patterns, and I wrote the verbiage on the bottom of those glasses, like the little sayings and things were things that I came up with, which was pretty cool. And when I did that, I obviously had a sample of each of the, glasses that we were offering. And so that Christmas, when my whole family came over, all of Doug's brothers and sisters, his family was in from Seattle and everybody came, I gave everybody a different wine glass. That's what they used that night for the party. And then they got to take it home. So that was kind of a special thing too. So if you're, doing a nice grown up, holiday party with your close family, and you're thinking about the different things that you're going to buy for them, let's go $30 less and buy everybody their own wine glass, and they can use that at your festive party, and then they can take it home with them, and that makes a very nice gift. I'm having a Christmas party, and each guest will receive a Lolita glass. Perfect, Mary. I love that. I love that. And they have them forever. And let me just say, wash these by hand. And if you do that, you will have it for years. You will have it for years. I could have Kylie go out into my cabinet right now and pull one of the Lolita glasses that is at least 10 years old. And I have them. They look like brand new. And the reason they do is because I hand wash them and they hold up beautifully. So don't worry about the fact that, oh my gosh, after I use it a few times, is this going to scratch off? Is it going to wear off? No, do not put them in the dishwasher. Don't put them in the dishwasher. Take 10 minutes, wash it with some warm soapy water, and you will have these for years to come. Cheers. And remember, they don't just have to be for alcoholic drinks either. Whether it's mocktails, whether it's iced tea, whether it's your juice for a early morning. I don't know. There's just something nice sometimes about enjoying a beverage and a pretty glass. So keep that in mind. It doesn't have to be alcohol. It can be any kind of drink that you would prefer. Even if it makes your water taste better, I'm all for that. So, okay, before we wrap up, any questions about anything we showed you tonight? We had a good show tonight, right? So don't forget, all those light ups, $10 off. They're only $29. Get them as gifts. Oh my gosh, they make the best gifts. I love these little vintagey snowmen, and it looks like an impressive gift, right? It's not like some little diddly doo-doo. It's something that looks happy and festive. You can keep that out all winter. $29. It's a great price point, and it's on a timer. Our deer, our pine cone trees, our new light up forest. I love this. Our beautiful on the timer pine cone. Looks like a flameless candle on the inside. Just so beautiful. So, go over to Just Jill Shop, check out and see what we have. Remember, shipping and handling is included with everything. I'm headed to Boston tomorrow. I'm going up there for a conference for a couple of days. But we'll be back next week for sure. I have a lot of QVC shows next week too. So keep your eye out to my social pages, and I'll let you know when we're going to be doing our live streams next week. I love hanging out with you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for your support of Just Jill and the things that we've brought to you. I know your holiday home is going to be just fantastic this season, and I hope it's just as exciting for you as it is for us to find these items for you. So have fun shopping, and have a great weekend ahead, and we'll see you next week. Okay, everybody, have a great night. See you later. Bye.